welcome to Board Game Homies, where a group of friends play, review, and share about all things board games. Sitting around the table today are
Reed, Becky,
Gillian,
and I am Angela. Today we're back at it, running down the list of games 1 through 5, or rather 5 through 1. We're going to go around the table introducing each of our delightful plays, shunning and mocking Reed, and generally laughing at each other about our choices. Did they change? What did we love? What did we hate? Let's find out together as we go through the homies' first time ever favorite board games of all time.
it was a lot of pressure to make this list.
I mean, now we're getting into the good stuff, Becky.
I know, and I'm feeling like, well, I'm embodying Reed a little bit. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, is this the right order? Is this the right order? This is a lot of pressure.
it's funny that it's a lot of pressure when it's just like, it's a list.
Yeah, but it's a list that I'm committing to. The podcast is like public record. This is like everywhere. Anybody could listen and be like, wow.
Except on Blue Sky.
Oh.
Oh,
I posted 4 weeks ago. Nobody liked or responded.
what if you get a series of increasingly angry emails about what your number one is?
Exactly. Also, I need to remember, but there's a game that's not on my list that almost made it, but I was like, I don't want to be a person who that's one of my top 10 games.
Monopoly.
Oh, wow, that's like a tease for the end of the pod where we're going to talk about what games maybe were honorable mentions, surprises that we saw, things that didn't make the list. And now I really, really, really want to know what that game is, Becky.
We are going to judge you so hard.
I know.
Is it Monopoly, you think?
Oh my
No,
gosh.
no.
Okay.
Boo.
Well, don't ruin the surprise for others.
You're the one guessing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, for those of you joining us, if you hate the numbers 10 through 6 and this is your first time listening to this pod, or you just like to know what it is and are zipping around, this is the first time we're doing this list and none of us know what is on each other's list. We are not going to be deep diving into each of the games, the gameplay, the functionality, who would we play this with, but kind of the reasons why it is where it is and what we love about that game. Mostly just vibes and where we thought it should be. So all of us have different criteria.
Yeah, and so just a recap of the previous episode, the one thing that I took away is that Becky was really dismayed that Dune Imperium Uprising wasn't in my top 5. And then also we learned that Reed's top games are ones that she wins frequently.
That is really disturbing, Reed.
I have no defense, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it.
I mean, to be fair, you only win Daybreak solo. So, like, who are you playing against?
The other two drag you down because they play by the rules. I'm just joking, Reed.
Sigh.
She's got it.
Although, like, the first and I think only time I played Daybreak, Angela got the rules completely wrong, and we were making it way harder than it should have been.
Yeah, we were playing it on advanced mode.
No, I don't even think that was advanced mode. That was like, auto lose mode.
Yeah, that's true. Those people died so quick, burned by the sun and chemicals.
It was just crisis after crisis, and they just stacked and stacked and stacked. It was horrible.
It was like the real world.
It
No.
was.
I think that's why you tapped out.
Yeah,
There
and I was like,
so
I
much
can't
bad
handle that
stuff
game
happening
anymore.
The
Yeah.
first time that we played it, that it was like, this is too real.
Too real. I can't handle it.
That-
Anyway.
I think there are going to be some real surprises on our 5 through 1 list right now.
I don't think there are going to be any surprises from my list. I think I'm predictable in what my top 5 are.
Your top games change all the time. I'm not even sure what's going to make
Yeah,
it.
I was like, girl, I don't even know what's on your top
No,
5.
I think I have a good idea.
Oh, we should have Becky write them down and then see if she
Oh,
knew
yeah,
all of
do that
these
now
were.
so
Yeah,
that we
hurry.
can-
I'm not
compare
going to
it
put them
at
in
the
order, though.
Okay, that's fine. So
Reed, hurry, change your top 5 list to include games that Becky wouldn't get.
No, I'll know.
I did already make one edit.
Oh, no.
Slight one, a slight one.
We told you in the last episode.
No, I made an edit during the last episode, which was clearly like 15 minutes ago, so it was fine.
Everybody, if you listen to the last episode, we told you so.
No, we are wearing different clothes. It is 2 weeks later. Oh, man.
So Becky's list is going to be a time capsule to compare. It's going to
Becky,
be great.
you have a lot of things that I'm very excited about. I want to know what this weird game is. I want to know if you got all of Reed's right.
I know 3.
Okay, well, I'll jot down those 3. And
Okay,
then
I'll-
Okay, well, I
do
talk
some-
about those 3 all the time. So.
Okay.
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 Okay, let's
I
get
felt
into
left out, so.
number 5. Gosh, golly jeepers. The homies' number 5 games are...
Concordia.
Hansa Teutonica.
Love Letter, and this is the surprise, Batman.
Oh.
And mine is The White Castle.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Why is that a surprise?
Because you never talk about it.
Yeah, sometimes I think you don't like a game, and then like a week later, you're like, "That's a really good game. I really want to play it."
Like Brussels, how she was like never talked about
yeah,
it.
no,
was
she
like,
owns it.
Yeah.
Well, what? It's a good game.
we're all just hanging up on you right now.
It was funny. Like I would say this is for both you and Reed, and that your initial reactions seem negative, and then the next morning you're both like, "That was a fun game." It was like you need to rest on it before you.
I need to tear it apart a little bit before I let my heart warm up to it. I'm very soft inside. And The White Castle is an elegant game of 9 turns. I will say, I do not need matcha. I very much do not need matcha. In fact, I'm like, it's fine, whatever. Makes me want to play White Castle a little less, I think.
Oh.
I mean, it's fine.
Previously to you bringing up matcha, I agree with you about the White Castle. I mean, it's very elegant, and also I think it's kind of like Brass. The production is so perfect. It's just such an enjoyable experience.
I was thinking about your relationship with the White Castle very recently, actually, because you had brought it into your list of games that you would get if you only had like $100 for a collection. And that broke my mind to think that you could get that game for like $40 and have it be a part of a micro collection. But then the other thing is that I did get it for you for Christmas maybe, and I was like, I wonder if Angela's happy that she owns the White Castle. I don't know if you're happy, but if it's a top 5 game,
you didn't
probably.
seem happy. When you
Well, and I
got
haven't
it.
opened it.
Oh my
fair.
God.
Well, I don't open games until I'm ready to play them. And who do I play that game with?
Okay, we need to play this game at your house.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, are we playing this on your birthday since this is your top 10 list in the order that you want to play them on your birthday?
Yeah, but we got to start at 1 and then work our way down.
Okay, well, I mean, number 5, that's not bad.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
We have a whole weekend, 3 days.
Yeah, it's only planned for 2 right now. Who knows?
Actually, 4 with our Thursday night, so.
Oh, that's true. Well, number 1 is Catan, number 2 is Catan, number 3
Oh
is
my
Catan, number 4 is
gosh.
Catan, number 5 is the White Castle. So
Honorable mention Monopoly. It's going to be great.
it's going to be great.
Okay, I love you so much.
I'm gonna
I
be
will
sick
be
that
there.
day.
Gillian. Wow, now I can't even remember what else was out there.
So read Love Letter.
Yes.
Specifically
Love Letter.
Batman, which is funny because
It's always about adventure
it's always
time.
about Adventure Time when you talk about the Love Letter. And for listeners, if you're not familiar with Love Letter, there are a lot of different versions, each of which has a slight twist to it relative to other versions. In Batman, if you correctly guess somebody's role or their card with Batman, you get an extra bat signal, which is the scoring point there.
Unless you're Robin, or you
Yep.
guess Robin, and then you're a jerk face, so you
Yeah.
don't get the extra signal.
Because you're friends.
Yeah.
Reed, is it because you bought the pink crystal to replace my pink crystal in Adventure Time Love Letter, and so you don't have the pink crystal, so you're like, this is dead to me?
It could be because I'm lacking the pink crystal. No, I think that the Batman adds a little bit extra, and it's the one that we've played the most together. And it is just constant joy and fun, and usually me winning. So, except now that I talk smack, I'm not going to win anymore. So, knock on wood. Sorry, Angela.
No, sorry to the podcast listeners having to listen to you knock on that wood.
Ah.
Whoa.
It got really serious. Editor Angela says, don't tap the table again, guys.
I'm scared.
Love Letter is so fun. I've enjoyed this game for so long, and it's been in our collection, I think, really since it came out. But we went through a spell where we hadn't played it for a long time, and then we introduced you all to it. I think we introduced both of you to it. And it's been a staple. Just every now and again, we'll pull it out and play. And it's never a short game because we always go to the thread where it's 45 minutes long. Almost everybody is going to win the last round, and somebody takes it, obviously.
Well, so much so that this game, so if we haven't talked about it on the podcast, I'm sure this is the first time, Reed's house burned down, and a lot of Reed's board games went the way of Charred Ash, and this was one, Love Letter, Adventure Time, that made it into the collection that Becky let you borrow. And I feel like it was just an off-the-cuff, like, here you go. And that just the fact that your family fell in love with it, and the first time we played at your house, your mom just being like, what was the...
Did you get your companion?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
the companion. Can I see the companion?
Because
The
I kept
companion.
asking, I was like, you have the companion, don't you? And she's like, did you get your companion?
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
sweet.
It's so cute. So now I see why you guys were such sticklers on me not choosing the same game with two slightly different versions, because Reed literally was like, love letter Batman. Not
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
letter.
I
But
actually,
it's very serious.
I did have Adventure Time, and then that was my last minute cross off. I was like, no, it's
Oh.
actually Batman.
Okay, it's not a bad change. I mean, there's not a bad change. That's not a completely different game.
Yeah, as long as you only break the rules a little bit, I guess it's fine to break the rules.
I mean, at least she only mentioned one, unlike you. You mentioned two.
Well, she said them in quick succession.
Okay, but the two you picked were actually different.
Then Hansa Teutonica makes its presence known yet again on the top 10.
I was very excited when Angela said Hansa Teutonica. I mean, obviously it was lower than it should have been, but like I said on the first episode when I was talking about The King is Dead, it's got that tension that really builds, and it just is so fun, and I really enjoy where we get in each other's way, and also when your friend is screwing you over on the path, it's frustrating but also a joy. I want to play this game more. I am actually upset we didn't play it on my birthday.
Malcolm is two.
I think he thinks it's DINNER time.
To be fair, I have kind of been feeding him at 3 o'clock.
No wonder he's been over here bothering me for 24 minutes.
All right, Doug is fed. Everyone is happy. And Gillian has Concordia hanging out there in the ether.
I'm really surprised it's not higher on your list. You love that game.
It's top 5 material, Becky,
No,
Yeah.
okay, it's not high enough.
because I haven't played it recently.
Oh.
Also,
I know.
you put it at 10, Becky.
But to her point, like Concordia, I think has been a top 3 game for me for really since we played it. I love Concordia. It's such a fun, elegant game. Yeah.
It's the game that Gillian started calling games elegant.
Yeah, that was the one game. That was the first game where I played it and I was like, wow, this is really easy to learn. Yeah, it feels very satisfying and I get that crunchy satisfaction out of it, even though the rules are really straightforward. And the hand management is really fun because you play cards to do different actions, but you can reset your hand by playing a specific card, the Tribune card, and that'll put everything back into your hand and then you can start anew. And so I just really like that hand management style to execute different actions. And then there's a shared pool of cards that you can purchase.
I like that aspect as well, being like, oh, I can't afford that card. Hopefully it'll move.
Yeah, or you're like, somebody buy a card that's cheaper, so then it moves down the row, and then I can afford it on my next turn. Yeah. And so it has a lot of juicy decisions in such a like easy to play frame, I would say.
That card row stresses me out so much because I'm always like, Gillian cannot have that card. I have got to buy it, but I cannot afford it, or it's going to cost me all my resources, but I can't let Gillian have it, so I have to get it right now. Or if I need a card, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to spend 2 freaking cloth and wine on this. I have to get that card before anybody else gets it.
So Becky apparently loves stressful games for her.
Wow, geez. Yeah, the thing is, I think I've only played this once. So I could really, I can't even recall all of it. And it's funny how much you guys love it and how little I've played it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And they came out more recently with the Venus expansion, which allows you to play with teams. So you could do 2v2 or 2v2v2. So up to 6 players. And we played that version once with 6 players. And that was really fun because you can play cards that allow you to take an action and your teammate to take an action. And that was a fun twist on the game.
Also stressful. I have a lot of performance anxiety about not letting down my partner. So
I mean, I was going to say something about Reed, but she also has that performance anxiety.
It's not just anxiety. It happens. I let down my partner all the time.
I mean, that does mean that Becky doesn't let down her partner most of the time because you're paired with Gillian.
Yeah, so she's probably way more nervous. I know it's inevitable.
I do find it funny that we then played a trick-taking game last night where it was communal, and you guys let us down a whole bunch, like so much. I was like, wow,
It
it's
was
funny.
Reed and Becky. So
Yeah,
if you
it
and I
was.
paired together, it would
Wow.
be like,
If we could just
Wow.
play
oh,
by
that happened in
ourselves.
Yokai Septet recently where we were just
okay,
unbeatable.
hold on. on. In Reed's defense, it was mostly me. So it was mostly me last night who,
In Lord of the Rings.
in Lord of the Rings, who let everyone down.
You're not wrong.
But
Well,
we had fun. And you all love me.
We're on
did.
a journey together.
We just had to play Chapter 8 6 times.
You know what? We're still doing the same thing. It just, because we're replaying a chapter, it seems disappointing. But really, we're just playing another round. It's fine. It's
No, it was fine. Each round was like 7 minutes, so it was fine.
Yeah, I like your guys' performance anxiety. It works
Yep.
for us to play over and over the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Angela.
Rocking out the 4x4, the game that is coming in at number 4 is
The Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth.
The White Castle.
Clank Catacombs.
The Quest for El Dorado.
Oh.
What?
I know. This list is about to get wild.
Angela, you have got to upgrade your copy so you don't have the tiny cards.
I really,
Yeah,
do, I
you-
really do.
You
Played it over
hate,
here, didn't you? Didn't you play it over
Yeah.
here? Yeah.
but we at the time we had the original version, which had the small cards, I think.
No, we
Yeah,
just
you played
played
it
recently
recently.
on my birthday.
Oh, with the
We were
bigger
upstairs,
cards. You were
yeah.
upstairs. I was down here putzing around in 6 sojourns.
I mean, this is not a game I would think would make my list, but I am so friggin' happy every time I play it. It's not grandiose. It's not a Lacerda. It's not all of these things. And also, every time I pull it out, I want to do a race. I love collecting cards and moving down a track and getting in people's way. It's so simple and I love it.
You get in my way so much in that game that I think I'm going to win all the time until the very end, and then you get in my way. And it's infuriating.
That's why I didn't make her top 10.
Yeah, I didn't win enough. Yeah.
yeah, none of these almost wins on this list.
Quest for El Dorado, like it's funny because like notably at this 4 spot we have 2 deck building games. Quest for El Dorado and Clayton Catacombs. But like I love the simplicity of Quest for El Dorado. It's a deck building game, but you use your cards to basically traverse this terrain, the terrain on the map, kind of system of maps that you put out and the tiles you put out. And I get so much enjoyment out of that. And there's a twist in there where if you deplete a stack of cards, you get to choose what the next kind of stack is. And so I find that aspect really fun as well.
As a person who is never rich in this game, it is infuriating that I never get to pick those cards. Literally, never. I never get to pick them.
You were so poor in that last game we played. We
So
had so
poor.
much money and you had so little money.
Yeah, the 2 people with the most money who just kept buying millionaires, they just kept picking the highest cost cards. It
And
was
then we just
rude.
kept getting more and more money and then we said, what if you guys never have
Yeah.
lower options?
And then there were a couple of rounds where you guys didn't, like, your money got in the way of moving forward, and it felt good.
That's why Becky's new like birthday present, the treasure chest, is just sitting there empty with moths in there.
Oh my god!
It's time to go through those games and start collecting all them coins, you little goblin.
I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm gonna put these in there, and I'm gonna put these in there, and then something else.
She's already planning to pilfer the brass components and putting them in the chest.
Oh,
I don't know.
absolutely. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Check your Shackleton base battery, though.
yeah. We'll need a
And
replacement copy.
Hanami.
Oh,
Have a bunch of rice patties or onigiri.
they're so cute.
So Clank, blah, blah, blah. So Clink Catacombs made it on the list for the first time so far.
I'm thinking it's a so far as well. I love this game.
Notably, it's not Acquisitions Incorporated.
I feel like it's weird to have a favorite game that you will probably only play once.
I agree. I felt that way as well with the Legacy games because I remember really loving Pandemic Legacy and Acquisitions Incorporated. But both of them are like a one-time, like, I would rank them in my experiences as really high, but in terms of top 10 of all time. Yeah, so I agree with you, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Clink is really great. Like, I don't know how much I can talk about Paul Denon, but this might be one of his greatest games.
Okay, well, it's going to be number 1 for Angela. Anyway.
I can't
Yeah, no guessing,
or
Gillian.
deny these things.
Clink Catacombs is my favorite out of all the Clinks. We had played Clink in Space first, and I was like, I don't know if I need to play this again. And then we played the first one, and I was like, very samey, but Catacombs is perfect. Like, the deck building is a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, I just remembered that I forgot one of my favorite games in the last bit of my ranking.
Oh,
Speaking of deck building, we can talk about
You
that.
forgot
at the
Dune
end.
Imperium Uprising, didn't you?
That's why I'm
Paul
so
Dunham.
angry. No. Wow. Okay. I'm really sad, and I'm not sure where this fits in.
it's gonna have to be again.
It's going to be Dominion.
You're just
That's
going
what
to
she
cut
forgot.
off one of your favorite
Yeah.
games.
She forgot Dominion.
Everything at the end of this is gonna be
An honorable
surprises.
mention.
No,
you can
it's
share
an
it.
honorable mention. I don't think it's this high up. But
Well, don't mention it right here.
I'm
Save
not.
it for later. Make sure.
I'm having feelings. Anyways, Clank Catacombs does the deck building and the map being. It changes, but there's a word that I want for what it does because
Exploration.
It's just, yeah, I like the exploration, and it's exciting. It changes all the time. It's good.
Yeah, so as Becky said, Becky and my first foray into Clank was in space. We weren't super excited about that game after we played it for the one and only time. But then the second time we played a Clank game was actually Angela's copy of Clank Catacombs. And that really reinvigorated my interest in the game. And I just love the exploration component of you don't have a prescribed map that you're going along. You're exploring as you flip tiles and you're encountering different things. You're not always going to encounter the same thing in the same order as you would kind of in the base game, the original game of Clank. And so I really like the game as well. It's fun. Anything else to add, Angela, about your love for Clank?
I'm glad it's on your list, Reed.
Oh, yeah. As well as what you mean.
I don't know what we're talking about here. Who else had games at this number? I don't know.
The White Castle, again, it's a great experience. The components are incredible. And we play with some upgrades, of course, which makes it even better. But even without the upgrades, this game is pretty close to a 10 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10, honestly.
I'd say 9 out of 9.
Oh,
The
that
actions.
was funny.
Yeah, the actions.
Oh, that one took me a long time. The hamster that was
yeah.
dead on the wheel in my brain was like, huh, why 9 out of 9?
I'm glad it took you longer than it took me.
yeah,
so I felt better.
I was just really focused. I was like,
I didn't put the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth on mine, and it is a game that I love and will never refuse a play of. And I was having a hard time.
It's not surprising because you don't win that game.
you don't win that game.
You know what?
So why this one over Seven Wonders Duel? Like, what pushed it over the edge for you?
One thing I really enjoy about Duel for Middle Earth is that there are different win conditions. So in the original Seven Wonders Duel, you can win through science, you can win through military, or just outlasting your opponent. But in Duel for Middle Earth, you also have the area control aspect, where if you manage to control all the regions of Middle Earth, you win the game. And so I guess that's kind of the military aspect that's similar in Seven Wonders Duel. But one thing I really enjoy about Duel for Middle Earth are also the unique characters or rather factions that you can activate throughout the game. And that is different than kind of the science tags that you can claim in base Seven Wonders Duel. And so that was kind of cool, being able to sift through these tiles that you get to activate special action or ongoing benefit that you get through this different faction. So that's an aspect that I really liked. And really, I think the Vincent Dutrait art and the Lord of the Rings theme really sold me on it. It didn't initially, but after playing it several times and really last year during Becky's birthday tournament of Duel for Middle Earth, that really cemented it for me in terms of preferring it over base Seven Wonders Duel.
I still can't believe you lost the last game. You were too focused on the way you wanted to win.
I know. I was trying to win through military. No,
I think that's how you
I
lost.
was trying to win through the tags, the different faction tags, and I lost because I let regions get overtaken.
It's such a good game, though. It was one of those situations where I was like, but Seven Wonders Duel is so good. What does this game have? But they did it really well, and I think it simplifies it and it makes it easier to play with people. Like, Seven Wonders, I think, is hard to teach to newer gamers or people who don't have as many games under their belt, and it does it well. It's pretty. I like it.
The real reason why it didn't make my list is because the insert that comes with the game is so bad.
It's like, it's fine, except they should have just made it a tiny bit shorter so everything fits in there without any lift, right? Like, it's not bad. It just
It's not great.
could be better. A lot better. Every time I'm irritated that it goes all the way to the very top of the box. I'm like, why?
Can't put them sleeves on them cards.
No, but we did.
I love it when the coins slip around everywhere.
Oh, stop.
Well, they have the metal coins. We do not. We have peasant coins.
It's
Oh,
funny
that's
because you
right.
bought that for me, and I mentioned it to Becky yesterday. I was like, I don't think we've played Duel for Middle Earth since Reed got the metal coins for me.
They got to go in the box.
So it's been almost a year since we played Duel for Middle Earth, which is absurd.
That is wild.
Yeah, Becky and I have not been playing a ton of two-player games lately.
Gasp.
We have a
Well,
lot
we
of
play-
games we got to play.
Well, we've been playing a lot of newer ones, new to us. So, like
Yeah.
Zenith and other ones.
Here we go. Top 3. The 3 games that mean the world to us. The 3 games that are above reproach. The top 3 board game homies games. We have at number 3.
Brass Birmingham.
Spirit Island.
Kanban EV.
Clank Catacombs. Semi-crossover.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about any of these, except when you said Kanban EV, I was like, how did I miss that from your top 5?
Wait, you didn't put that in my...
No,
I
it's-
talk about it all the time.
I know.
It
No,
is my
I know.
most winningest Lacerda.
I definitely thought that when Angela said Kanban, I was like, oh yeah, that's like Reed's favorite game.
No, it's not Survive.
No.
No, I know, but
Spoilers for Reed's list.
okay, sorry.
We don't know.
Guys,
Maybe she's a
what
wild
if
card.
Revive did not make the list?
There's
Recall.
no
It's
way.
recall.
There's no way.
Could be
But
recall.
we'll find out.
Okay.
Anyway,
Let me just make some edits.
Angela, why is this not your number 1 game? I honestly expect it to be your number 1.
Because I think Clank Catacombs is a really wonderful deck building game, and as the addition of El Dorado said, I like a race, and this is very much a race, and the storytelling is top notch. It is so silly every time, but it doesn't tickle a part of my brain that I think my top games do. So it's more vibes and love and joy than it is strategic decision space. And so just that little bit and shit a down.
Do you think Paul Dennon's okay with that?
I hope so.
Because
Aw.
Lightning Train, number 1, baby.
I know. Well, I can't tell you how many Paul Denon games are on my list.
I'm predicting just one.
We'll see.
The game just won.
What if Wild Child West is up there?
Oh,
man.
no. That's one trash in Angela's
No,
collection.
I love that game. Becky, Spirit Island. I shouldn't be surprised, but I guess I am.
No, you should be, because it has very consistently been my number 2 top favorite game.
And now it's number 3.
Yeah. So that felt big to me. And it actually was a last minute change. It kind of has been flipping in the multiple times that I've taken this. Like sometimes I'll pick my number 2 before it, and I was like, oh, is that real? But I think it is. I love Spirit Island. I think it's super clever, and it is a hard game. And it just, I don't know. It's maybe perfect.
It's wild to me that the 4 of us have never played that game together, and it is your number 3?
The only person that hasn't played is Angela. Because we played it with Reed, the 3 of us played. Had a good time. But yeah, Angela hasn't played it yet.
I know. I was like, this and Cosmic Encounters so far on this list are the only 2 games I haven't played. They seem good. I wish I knew friends that had them.
Wow.
That I could play them
and-
at.
Angela, do you want to play Spirit Island?
We really should one day.
And this is the first cooperative game that has made it onto the top 10 lists.
No. Daybreak.
Solo for Reed.
Okay.
I do like the cooperative as well.
But you do prefer solo, don't you?
Okay, well.
I don't prefer solo.
Okay.
I prefer to be with friends.
Okay, I stand corrected. Or I sit corrected, I should say.
I mean, I think some of these games are just solo Gillian games where he's just playing and we're just like, hello.
I-
You know,
We're also
I did
here.
query the other day if he actually enjoys playing a game where he laps us, but
It only happened to you that one time.
That's not
per
true.
game.
Okay, we'll say that Shackleton base game was brutal. I was like,
Whee!
yeah, I was going around the point track. But Spirit Island, I do love. It is so, like, we have not played it in quite some time. We played it recently with a couple of folks that we had never played with. It was our first time playing 4-player, actually. And we played with an adversary and the event deck, which Becky and I, looking back, we've really stuck with kind of the bare bones Spirit Island experience. We choose a spirit and we just kind of play like the base game. No bells and whistles, occasionally an adversary, but that 4-player game really opened my eyes just in terms of like how much it has going on and like how much more difficult it is. Because there was a routine there where Becky and I would play and we'd just do the base game and we'd win more often than not. And so, yeah, it was fun, but we haven't played it very much like lately.
I really like the base game. I did enjoy and have enjoyed when we've added more of the expansion pieces, and it certainly does make it more complicated and you have to think about it differently, but I just think the base game does it so well. However, when we were playing with the adversary and the event deck, it just reminded me why it's such an intimidating game to teach people who haven't played it. There's so much going on, and Angela, not that you couldn't handle it, and I think you would be the only one I would want to teach since we already taught Reed, so we will teach you. It's very good.
I mean, you're going to have to teach me again because it has been so long.
It's true.
And there were a couple of times where, and Gillian is not one that shies away from teaching a game that we have like prepared to play, and then he hasn't had a chance to revisit it. And I think that was one that you all felt like you needed to like at least review the rules.
Yeah,
again.
because it had been so long since we had played that I wasn't confident that I would get things right when I taught it. So yeah, that needed a refresh before we brought another person on board.
Low-key, I'm worried that I was doing something wrong in the game that we recently played, but I also just don't want to know if I was doing it incorrectly, and I would be embarrassed if they knew that. And maybe one of them listens to our pod, so maybe they'll know, but I don't want to talk about it any more than but I had to say something, but that's all.
Well, Angela, you need to remove that because
I will not.
that'll
Look, here's the
reflect poorly on the board game homies.
I forget so many rules when we
It's
play
true.
that I'm like, guys, you know what? We're here for a good time, not a perfect time. Gillian's correction corner.
Okay, side note, this was really funny to us recently is that Angela taught us Ahoy recently and went through the rules explanation. Like, none of us had watched a video or anything, and so we went in cold. Angela taught us. It made sense. And then Angela's first turn, she continually tried to break the rules that she just explained.
The good part is I explained the game so well, everyone else knew the rules, so they caught me trying to cheat a bunch. And I was like, this is great. You guys learned, and I'm cheating. Just let me win. I did not. Gillian, Brass Birmingham, the game that you broke my mind with, is sitting here for you in the top 3.
Yeah, number 3. This has, for the longest time, been my number 1 game, so it dropped down a couple spaces, but it still maintains its luster there, and it's one I always enjoy. Like I said before, it's a comfort game, I would say. It's one that I always feel confident that I can just pick up without needing to refresh my memory on the rules. I just know them, and we're able to get going. And so it's a nice, crunchy end cap to a gaming night, if we're so inclined. And so I just love this game. Every play, even though Angela consistently beats us as of late, it's still fun to play and try to thwart Angela, really, is how it ends up being, or prevent Reed from taking all of the double rails in the second era.
I love that we played this game so much that we changed that there's an inner meta for it, like Reed trying to go really hard rails, or the fact that we didn't play Cotton. Nobody played Cotton when we first started playing, and now going Cotton is a strategy that we're like, let's do that and see what happens. And
I will say I consistently won this game until Angela started watching the World Series of Board Gaming competitions of Brass Birmingham, and then learned a few tricks and tips and started employing them when we played.
The trick was be efficient with your turns. And I was like, wow, do you think that works? That's probably good. Next up is Dune Imperium Uprising. I need to start watching those videos because I scored 1 point. So I need to get better at that game.
You were just really focused on understanding spies.
Yeah, it burned my brain out, and then it lagged the next game. Yeah,
but you're going to be ready for the next time Reed will let us play.
Yeah, she will not.
So then we haven't talked about Kanban, right? I don't think we did.
Yeah, Reed.
Kanban EV is the second instance of it on the top 10.
I love this game. Becky described it really well in the whole sequence of actions, getting in people's way. I love the design. I think that of all of the E&O tool games, this is my favorite. I just think that the clearness and the strong graphics make the board so readable. Every component is spectacular. And one of the things that I love about this game is that I feel like I just try and figure it out. And I'm like, okay, Gillian got my way doing this. Angela got my way doing this. Becky's probably in my way and I haven't figured it out yet. But I'm going to do something different. And so every time I play, I do something different with this game. And I think that there are so many different paths to victory in this game that it excites me to figure out what it's going to be if someone else plays this. And I see that with the three of you so easily being able to like navigate around different game strategies. And if somebody does this, you pivot and are able to do that. And I'm not good at that in a lot of games that we play. And this is one where I think I understand the different components so well that I can find a path to victory because I win a lot.
Ugh, gross. Of course you do, or else it wouldn't be in your top 3.
You are great at this game.
I just looked at the win percentage.
Okay, that's
and
rude.
Well, some of those are me and Angela playing by ourselves.
Uh-huh.
So.
Also, I don't think this doesn't add up. The percentages don't add up. But
Math? I don't think so. Not on my flat
well,
earth.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Maybe because of 3-player games.
Maybe I
being
broke
No,
it.
I-
Maybe it's
I-
like there's input error.
So if we go all player counts, so there have been like 2-player games and stuff played that I've been part of. So this is only ones I've been part of. But Reed is at a 50%. I'm at 43%.
Heck yeah, Reed.
Heck yeah. Also, Angela doesn't record all the games, I'm sure. So I won like 50 against her probably.
I don't understand how the stats work, so I say that I won half of the games I've played with Reed, and that's it.
That's a 5 multiplier on your win percentage. in an
I don't
average
even
game.
understand what's happening right now, but if they're trying to take away that I win this game a lot, it's not working.
I'm
'cause
just
in
saying.
my head, I win it all
I'm
the
just
time.
saying you're an average like 13% win percentage,
Okay,
and now
but
you're
not at this
50%.
game.
Wow,
Yeah.
how much is Kanban floating that 13% number up, if you think about it? I was like, wait,
no.
math? 13% of those wins are just Kanban.
You know what? I will take it. I will take it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Kanban and love letter.
Very similar weights there.
We're coming down to the last two. Number 2 game of all time in your heart is...
Revive.
Brussels 1893 Belle Epoch.
For the first time in this list, the same game, same number, Revive.
Ooh.
Wow, crossover. For me, The Castles of Burgundy.
You love that game so much.
Dude, I really freaking love Castles of Burgundy. And I didn't when we first played because I thought a viable strategy was you get all the ships. And if you get all the ships, then you get stuff. And that didn't work out. And then Reed, for 4 years, said, what if I just get ships? And I said, that's not how that game works. And
That is very true. Also, I'm proud of myself because I, on my scratch pad that I'm keeping for this, predicted that this was your number 2 game.
oh, wow. Did you
No.
get the Quest for El Dorado was my number 4?
For some reason, that just didn't occur
No,
to
that
me.
didn't happen. No, I think Castles of Burgundy is a great tile placement game. It makes me more interested in Stefan Feld games because of that. But I think this is the pinnacle of you take a tile, you place it, you do a thing. And the dice selection, the dice mitigation, the different pathways. It's a game that could easily feel samey, but it doesn't feel samey for me because people get in my way. I don't know. It brings me a lot of joy. I like watching people get the cows.
Another very comforting game. And truly, I think it should be on everyone's shelf.
Yeah, this is definitely a classic that lasts. I think it's better to me than Carcassonne. I just love Castles of Burgundy. Classic game.
Yeah, there's something really simple about it that I love.
Yep.
I am a little surprised that Revive is number 2 and not number 1. For maybe both of you.
Definitely for Reed.
Definitely for Reed.
Yeah, I thought this was your favorite game, Reed. I'm
Yeah.
offended.
Not until you hear my number one, and then you're going to be like, oh,
yeah.
of course. So.
Monopoly.
Slambo.
I did see it on her list.
Yeah. No joke.
That was just writing it afterward.
That's her honorable mention.
I'm surprised this is, and maybe it's because I think the game is fine.
This is Angela's last podcast with us.
I know. And maybe after playing Recall, I've done some soul searching about how I feel about Revive, which stay tuned for whenever we record that podcast. But yeah, you guys, well, actually, maybe I'm more surprised that it's Gillian's number 2.
Why? I love the game. Like, going back to my reaction to Shackleton Base, Revive is one of the few games where after the first play, I was like, I love this game. And then I played it more and more and more, and it never faded. And so that's remained true to Revive. And it all just, the gameplay for that game is just very satisfying to me. The different tracks you can go up has one of the most unique kind of track boards that I've seen in a game, where they're all intertwined. You have your own personal board. They're all the same per player, but going up them allows you to unlock depending on how far you've progressed on one track versus the other. And then you also have asymmetric player powers, which is something I usually love in games. And so I think just everything about the gameplay is satisfying to me.
Revive is probably my favorite player board. And I say this every time we talk about it, but literally I saw you watching a video and I was like, that's the stupidest thing ever. Why would you ever want that complicated of a player board? That's dumb. And it's my favorite player board.
Becky, I think that's your entire top 10.
When you move along the personal kind of tech track boards and then you start discovering what's underneath of these like beautiful like light robin's egg blue kind of scoring tokens, and then you put them on the board, and then the further you go, the more victory points that you have. I think it's such a clever and satisfying thing to do, and you get so excited every time you collect these little tokens that boost your score. And we did a podcast on Revive. It was one of our earlier podcasts, and I continue to love it every time I play it.
Yeah, and the area control aspect is also satisfying. It's not cutthroat necessarily. It's just, it's slightly more expensive if you're the second one to put something on a space, but it's just very satisfying. You're exploring the board, you're building different buildings essentially that give you different benefits. And yeah, just everything about it is satisfying to me.
And this is something that also came up, and again, we're not going to go into Recall right now, but when you discover new tiles and your tile or building house is next to it and you flip it, and then you get to like kind of benefit from passively like putting the new tile down, and then you can get more discovery and benefits from that. And it's frustrating when it happens and you benefit someone else, but there's so many different ways that you can manipulate your score and going up these tracks. And I think the other thing that is a surprise is that you can have 14 points for most of the game, and then your end goals score you 100. Like, it is such an opaque scoring because you keep your objectives hidden, and it is so much of the score.
And you get a multiplier depending on which alien artifacts that you get during the game. And there are only a certain number of each color, and each color is associated with a different scoring metric on your personal objective. And so you and the other players may be racing for all the orange alien artifacts, in which case they get depleted very quickly, and then you have to adjust. And so there's a race component to it, which is also fun.
Wow, these nerds. Am I right, Angela?
I know. Angela was just on her phone the entire time we were talking about Revive.
I was like looking at the Recall designers, being like, why do I not like them? Or the Revive designers, sorry.
I think you need to play it 2-player maybe a couple of times. Maybe you would like it better.
One of the favorite facts that we have about this game is that the game is 5 minutes longer when Angela plays with the three of us.
Yeah, because I'm like, this game is so long. And then we were like, it's 5 minutes
It
longer
was 5 minutes longer with the game that I played with you all afterwards.
And so. I love that it was your fault, Reed.
I know, it was 5 minutes for adding a fourth player.
So much longer.
So much longer.
It's a great game. And I think when you described some of it as clever, I think that's a perfect description for this game.
Also, delete that.
Why do you look at me?
She sounded like Wario.
You delete that. You delete that. Delete that, peasant.
Brussels is not a surprise that it is making an appearance on this list. I remember being very shocked when Angela had mentioned that it was her favorite game that we played in 2024 or 3. I don't know. It's been a while. But I love this game. We don't play it enough.
Also, it just hit me after you said that this is the first appearance of Brussels on this.
I know.
Top 10,
and
which is kind of
possibly
surprising.
we only have one more game left for all of us.
Well, I'll spoil it. It's not mine, but this is what I'll have to say about it. I struggled a lot with this game being on my list or not on my list, and I think it suffered from not having played it recently. And I like it. I bought it. I love the pulls. I love so many things about it. I love the tension that it builds and moving the clock and
Tapping those nobles.
look, there's nothing like the little square being very small and everybody having to overbid because I love the bidding mechanic and Reed just being like, or putting like $1,000 down and being like, well, you overpaid for that one, didn't you, buddy? But I don't know. I think this was one of the hard ones where if we do this list as a review next year and we get some plays in, I could easily see it popping into my list.
I would agree. Like in total, we haven't played this game as much as some of the other games that have made an appearance on the top 10 lists. And it's kind of in the same vein as Angela. I just feel like it's almost there. I think it was definitely in my top 20, but didn't make my top 10.
I obviously really like this game. I think last year it was my number 3, so Spirit Island and Brussels swapped, which is interesting because we played Spirit Island recently, and it's been a while since I played Brussels. I think the last time Reed and I played a 2-player game, but I think it has all of the mechanics that I like. There's some set collection, there's the bidding, and you're fighting for space. So there's that tension again that Angela was talking about, and when Gillian and I played this game 2-player, it was so intense. And again, it's that idea of it's like a knife fight in a phone box. It's like so intense and like infuriating. And it just gave me so much feeling. And I love that games can do that. And I think that's kind of what pushed this above Spirit Island. Like, I love how puzzly Spirit Island is. But in Brussels, like, I am so mad at you guys. Like, you outbid me, and I'm just like, whoa, what?
I definitely felt after that 2-player game there was some decompression needed on both of our ends. Like, it was just like,
Absolutely.
It was intense.
Every time we played the 4 of this, I was really far behind, like just into the point of not being able to catch up. And it is, not super long, but long enough to be bummed at being that far behind. And so I just struggled in so many ways. And then Becky and I played a 2-player game, and it was just like really quick. And I remember being like, oh, now I get why you all love this game.
And it was because the board was right side up.
Also, I think I maybe won, or I maybe got close, but Becky and I don't record our scores, so if I say that I won right now, nobody can argue.
No. Also, if you had won more, it would make it into your top 10.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I win this game, but it's one that I really enjoy. And I also love the Pauls. And it's not thinking of my list, there are quite a few that I think are prettier than this game, but I love that style of art. And so that brings me a lot of joy as well. But it's a good one. We should play it just like all the other games on my list.
It's one of the few instances I can think of off the top of my head of area control bidding. Where you bid for spaces on a grid to get area control for columns. Like, that aspect is just, it was intense doing that, and just getting outbid is frustrating.
I think that goes to Angela's point. I do not know how to bid. I overbid, underbid, and then get frustrated. And so this is a game where there's so much tension in seeing how much money people have, and you really do have to pay attention to each other.
Also, your favorite thing, which I learned in Hanami, which is very reminiscent of just Reed, is always like, risk it for the biscuit. And like in Hanami last night, you were putting out 4 different wilds. You're like, oh, I'm going to make sure I get this tile. And then for bidding for a row, you're like, ooh, I'm going to make sure I get this column, even at the detriment.
I'm going to put 16 boots down for Isle of Cats to make sure I go first, which actually doesn't make that much of a difference. I just want to note that neither of you acknowledged George in the Sea of Pauls, so I'm going to say, like, George is also in that game.
Yeah, whatever. He's fine.
It's about the Pauls.
Yep. Now, we have come to the best game, or technically 4 games unless there's a crossover, of all time that we have actually played, of all time for Board Game Homies. And the number 1 game is...
I'm going to put Becky on the spot. Becky, what is my number 1 game?
Wow, Reed just raised
Wow,
her hand.
yeah.
So
gosh.
I wrote down a prediction for Gillian's number 1 game.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, well,
I don't-
if you're
But if
correct,
I'm wrong,
you
I'm
have-
going to be so
No.
embarrassed.
Okay, here's the problem. I'm so stressed out right now. I'm like, my brain isn't even working and I can't disappoint you. And my brain, I'm just like, I don't even know. That was too much.
Do you guys have to break up now, and then Gillian has to marry
Well,
Reed?
I was surprised. Again, I was surprised Concordia wasn't like number 1. And so I am really freaking out right now.
I also was like, there's a game that I think Gillian likes that I've not seen on the list, so I wonder if it's that. But then he hasn't talked about it in a long time, so then I'm like, maybe
I
it's not.
kind of want you two to like just say what you think.
I know,
and
like,
see what.
wait, Reed, you don't say it because you're probably right. Okay, I'm just going to say some games you really like.
Well, just say 1 game.
No, I can't. Reed, what's
Okay,
your
Reed.
guess?
I
You know, you go.
I thought it was going to be Terra Mystica, but we've
We
not
haven't played it for a long
for a really long
time.
time, and so I haven't heard it.
Okay, my hot take is that it is Endeavor Deep Sea.
Wow, that is a hot take.
Oh,
but
he
he
does?
said Shackleton Base was the newest, though. But
That's
Endeavor
Yeah, but we
True.
played
is-
Endeavor Deep Sea like a year before Shackleton Base.
He does
Yeah.
really like that game. I don't think he would put it as his number 1, though.
I know, but then I was like, what is it?
Oh my god, I'm
that could
so
be his number
stressed
1.
out. Okay, I know.
Is it a Lacerda? It can't be.
Yeah,
'cause
well, that's what I
Lisboa,
was thinking.
think,
No,
is
but
the
I was
number.
thinking it could be Kanban EV. It could be.
I don't think it's Kanban because last time he was
what-
like, I like Speakeasy more than Kanban.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say it could be Speakeasy, and then I also am like, he really loves SETI, but we haven't played it that many times.
It's not an old classic like Blood Rage.
I know I did think about Blood Rage. I
Blood
was like,
Rage or
could that be it?
Scythe?
But then here's the deal. Why do we not play those games more often if it's your number 1 game?
No, I don't
I mean,
think
we
that's
literally
it.
haven't played
I
Cosmic
mean, is it
Encounter.
Wingspan?
So.
Yeah,
no.
It could be Wingspan.
No,
Becky.
it's not.
Oh my god.
Okay, Becky, wild.
Do you know
wild
what it
guess.
is? I think I know what it is.
Oh, you
Really?
do? What do you think it
Is
is?
it Becky's favorite game in the whole world that she'll never play with her husband ever
Is
again?
Oh,
it
he does
viticulture?
love
Oh my god, you're right.
viticulture.
It's totally
You think it's
viticulture.
viticulture?
I think
I
it's
think it's-
viticulture.
Also,
I
if,
think
I'm,
it's
changed
if,
my
I'm,
Endeavor
if
Deep Sea,
I'm
though.
right, do I have to marry Gillian now? It's going to be real awkward.
I think you
For-
do have an interesting board game relationship.
I do think viticulture. Should I? I'm gonna change mine too.
We all now
Viticulture.
are going to turn and look at Gillian.
Angela was closest.
Oh.
It's not Terra Mystica. I thought about Age of Innovation, but it's something very similar. It's Clans of Caledonia.
Wow, you kept that in your pocket the whole time.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
I love Clans of Caledonia and Age of Innovation. I was thinking about it. That's the newest version of the Terra Mystica games. And I haven't played Age of Innovation very much. Terra Mystica I do love, but I haven't played either of those in so long. But I think I get a lot of what I love about those games from Clans of Caledonia in a shorter package or a shorter like gameplay time. And I love Clans of Caledonia.
Well, in my defense, it has been said a lot in this podcast, and I did not realize who said it and who didn't.
My hot take, similar to Becky, I'm not exactly sure, but I have to. But her comment earlier makes me think that it's not it. But my thought is Nana. But she said like she struggled putting like
no,
small box
she
games
couldn't.
No,
on
she
there.
said that she
couldn't.
didn't put Nana, and then I'm like,
Oh, did she?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
she said no small box because they kept losing. I don't think a small box would then suddenly win.
Did you already say Dune?
Oh,
I
Dune
think
Imperium. It's Dune Imperium Uprising. You're right.
Rising,
It's Dune
yeah.
Imperium Uprising.
I think it's
It's either that or Toluva. I mean, one of
Oh
those.
my
Not
God.
Toluva,
Jesus.
no.
Could be. Is it Railroad Inc?
No. Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
it's
just
Dune
talk about it.
Imperium.
Dune
I think it's
Imperium
Dune
Uprising.
Imperium.
Did you already
Uprising.
say Dune?
No, she hasn't.
Okay, when I was thinking about Railroad Inc., that was one of the moments where I'm like, I just love playing Railroad Inc. with Reed so much, but it's like, it's playing that game with Reed that makes me love it the most right now because
So is your
two other
number-
people don't love it.
That was the game that you were too embarrassed to put
No,
in
no,
your
no.
top 10.
No, that's a spoiler
that's
for
not
the
it.
end.
That's not it.
Okay.
Also, is Reed just your number one?
Oh, I should have.
Gross.
Under
But you
Gillian, of
didn't.
course. It is Dune Imperium Uprising.
Ah.
And I want you to know, every time I see Dune Imperium Uprising, I'm like, but I really loved Dune Imperium. It was so good. And then I start thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, but I mean, I don't like having to add the expansions to it, and those do make it better. And yes, the spaces are better in Dune Imperium Uprising, and so it is the better game. But Dune Imperium, it was just perfect.
Well,
Not without
do,
Ix.
I do have a friend that just bought it, and maybe he'll let you borrow it.
And then she'll say, man, Dune Imperium Uprising is so much better than Dune Imperium.
I know, and then we'll fight.
Yay, Paul Denon making it number 1.
Yeah, Dune Imperium.
I
Uprising
really
or not.
was so sad when Reed wouldn't let us play again.
I was too.
Me too. I was like-
she's like, wow, I just won so hard
I know, she's
that I
tired
just
of
can't
winning.
even play.
I know that feeling.
And then me and Becky are like,
Gillian. And Angela just needed to
I needed
do
one
better.
more point.
Yeah,
If you added my score and Becky's score, it still didn't hit 10, though. It was really sad.
it was
Hit
bad.
5.
And it was
Maybe
me holding
6.
us back. Oh, man. This guessing game is hard. I don't even know what I'm going to do for Reed.
Okay, Reed. Okay, going to Reed. What is a game that she wins a lot?
Okay, well,
and
I
she
think
owns
it's
it.
obvious.
if it wasn't Revived, then to me, I think it has to be the White Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the White
agree.
Castle. It's not on her wall, but yeah, I think it's the White Castle.
Unless it's Fast and the Furious.
No, she hasn't even played that yet.
Probably Monopoly.
I
Or-
did save it from the garbage can today, Gillian.
She's like, what's this game doing?
You didn't know about it until Becky told on me.
Yeah, that's true.
Thunder Road
Which
Vendetta?
somehow makes it worse.
Yeah, Big Mouth Becky. I mean,
Okay,
geez.
thank you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so surprise. My number 1 game is The White Castle.
Whoa, shocking.
It's so good. It's so pretty. You have a fancy insert for it.
I do. It is beautiful. It is a game that the solo game is so hard. I love that a lot of these games I get to play solo. And that game is very challenging solo. And it's challenging anytime that you play because the dice can throw it so differently. Your starting cards, the access to what resources that you need, and the path that you go on, whether you go on like the training fields or the farms or the castle. I don't need matcha. I mean, it's fun and it's different, but I like the beautiful elegance, as we've said,
Yep.
about the White Castle.
It is absolutely another elegant game and much prettier than Concordia.
Yeah, I always get to, there's a point in the game where I go, oh my God, I only have like 4 more turns.
Yes.
And I've done literally nothing. Like after turn 1, when I just get resources, I'm like, I have done nothing and this game is almost over. And it's like turn 1 is done.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. The elegance of this game, it is so deceptively simple. And yeah.
But the
very much you.
strategy.
Yeah, the strategy is so deep. And I love it because it was that moment, and I think this speaks to the moments we've all had for games on this list is you are playing a game, and at some point you go, I have to own this game. Or this is just the game for me, and then it just goes and you run with it for forever. And that's how I feel about you and the White Castle. Dang.
It did take me a while to buy it, and I was at work in San Francisco at the time, and I popped into GameSpace. GameSpace, I think, is one of the big board game shops there, and I just thought, I need this game, and I picked it up, and I purchased it, and I have never looked back. I love it so much.
It's also the game where you decided you needed card sleeves in your life.
Oh, because a random person was
True.
playing with you.
I brought it to a convention and taught it to a bunch of strangers, and then at that point I was like, okay, it's just
No, you were like, okay, don't touch my game. You little creatures with your
You
little
little goblins.
Your little thingies are touching
Okay.
my cards.
And I'm not usually like that. I am someone who will happily lend out my game, all of these. And then I thought, if I am that like free and loose with the games that I own, I want to protect it so that I don't lose it or, damage it and that kind of thing. But when I taught it at the convention, somebody immediately was like, I'm going to go buy this game. It's that kind of a game.
I'm surprised it was only on 3 of the 4 lists.
It's been on 4 of the 4 lists.
No.
You just haven't counted. No?
No, it's not on Gillian's.
Wasn't on
I thought it was
mine.
number 5. You guys, it's very hard to be reacting real time and then keep track of what's
I mean,
said.
I've been writing down the.
Oh,
various
that's shocking. I am not writing those down.
Yeah, it's apparent.
And I think there's only one game that's on all 4 lists yet, and it'll be revealed soon.
Oh, why? You think
I know what
Angela's
Angela's
is
number
Dune
1 game
Imperium
is.
Uprising?
No, that wasn't on my list.
Oh, well, then it's not going to make it on all 4 people's lists.
No, I don't think it is. I think Angela hasn't revealed her number 1 game yet.
What do you think it is?
Reed, it's
I
not
know what it
Revive.
is.
It's not Revive.
I wrote it down right here.
Okay, what do you think it is?
I wrote Brass next to Angela's name.
Oh, it literally has not made it on her list yet. Okay, yeah, I agree.
Oh, it's got to be Brass.
Wild Wild West, bitches.
No. I wish you were closer. I would punch
Yeah,
you a
mine's.
little.
I shouldn't have gone last. Mine's anticlimactic. It is definitely Brass Birmingham, and not because of how Reed does it, where I have been winning recently, which, yeah.
I just want to point out briefly to that comment, like, Reed doesn't win against me in Revive, really, so I don't know if...
Wow.
He won by the tiebreaker the last time that we played. The tiebreaker.
My point still stands.
Because he had like 1 food and I did not.
No, it's like that time that I played the White Castle and I had the most perfect combo that like leveraged everything and I got everybody out in 1 turn. And I was like, this is the most perfect game of the White Castle ever. And then Becky won on a tiebreaker. And she didn't work as hard as I did, and somehow she won. So, you know what?
Does that make her better
Well-
than you?
Yeah, just like Gillian beating you on a
know-
tiebreaker makes it better than
well,
you.
You know what? Angela doesn't need tiebreakers in Brass Birmingham because she stomps us.
It's true.
We've never gone to a tiebreaker in Brass, actually. Because that one time I won by 1 point, so we never had to use the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will say Angela happens to, like, count her score last, and so... She sees where Becky's at, and she's like, do. Oh, 1 more in front of Becky.
Whatever it is, I'm just going to go one.
I'm going to
more.
say, when you go cotton and you're trying to count your cotton points, it is a lot of 9s.
It's true,
And
yeah.
it's not an easy multiplier.
You have to do a lot of math.
Yeah.
I feel so sad for you.
Well, and then when you win by 1 point, you feel obligated to count again.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm going to count again. You know, just so that there's not a mistake in the math like Great Western Trail.
Okay. I thought you did very poorly in that game until I
you?
realized that
No one could have done as bad as you did.
That's the winning for the worst game ever. I think it's great that your number 1 game is the only game that was on all of our lists.
I think it speaks to what type of gamers we are. In fact, I would say if I'm going to synthesize this list, there is a lot of elegance. I think there is not as much silliness, which we do play a lot of silly games. I was surprised, quite frankly, from my list having as many midweight games as I did. That really stood out to me.
Mid games are mid.
I know, and that's a podcast I fully believe in because I have not been enjoying a lot of midweight games.
Apparently, that's not true.
I know. Well, and maybe it's because I love these midweight games, and so I'm constantly comparing games to these really great midweight games, whereas crunchier level games, I think maybe I give them a little bit of a pass because they are asking your brain to work differently, and I don't know, but this list was a surprise.
we also had a lot of games that have a lot of tension, but not a lot of like more of the being mean actions or like a scythe. It just, our group doesn't really seem to play that as much.
Yeah, and I will say there's a game on that just didn't make my list just because I know there's an aversion kind of to area control in our group, and so that's a game that I think it, like in previous iterations, probably would have made it. But
Are you gonna name it?
no, we'll save that for the honorable mention section. So
Yeah, I do have to say area control is not my favorite. It stresses me out the whole game. I never have a moment of relaxation.
What about last night?
You know what? I don't even remember what we played last night.
Hanami.
Hanami. Oh,
And it was all area control.
I know, but I kept to myself and then won the game by keeping to myself.
No,
Okay,
not
you
the
got
second
aggressive.
game.
First time.
Okay.
The first time.
Yeah, the second game you didn't do so well.
That's light
But
enough. You know what?
I do love Reed's first experience, I think, with area control. It might have been second experience or something. It was in Scythe. and you just stuck in your corner the entire game. Didn't branch beyond the river. You just stuck in your corner.
But she did.
The little engine that could.
She
I
did
came
well,
in, like,
though.
second in
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah. Also, then the
That was a
second
really
time
bad
we
game for
played
everybody
Scythe,
except for me. Just
and she
saying.
went to the factory, and that was
Well, she
bad.
No,
tried.
she tried to get to the factory.
Yeah, she never
and then
got
she got
there.
stomped by somebody else at this table.
I just think it's not fair when you work your whole game to try and get the onigiri and the sakura right there, and then somebody named Gillian just comes in and just immediately takes it from you. And that, I mean, at least that game was short and sweet, but
Okay, someone named Reed also does that.
Yeah. She likes being mean. She just doesn't like other people being mean.
She likes a
I will
mean-
take you down if you bid 0
No.
for sure.
Yeah, trick taker mean is her favorite
Yeah.
thing.
But specifically, the onigiri and the cherry blossoms, you were doing the same thing.
Gillian, I'm so interested that Clans is your number 1 game.
I'm glad.
I'm surprised. This is a mini game, the prediction of where these games fall.
Did Clans make it on everybody?
No, it was just you and me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got bad taste.
Clans of Caledonia, since it was released, I think in 2018, was one that just shot up my top games list because it took a lot of the DNA from Terra Mystica at the time and really put it into like a more condensed package, streamlined some things. It's not as complex as Terra Mystica is. And for that reason alone, I think it really resonated with me. And it also added on top of Terra Mystica kind of this economic market that fluctuates depending on what people are buying or selling. And that is a really fun puzzle in its own right to work within because you see people building up their dairy farms, or rather putting out cattle that then make milk for you in the production phase, and then you can then sell that to, deflate the market. And so that's a fun puzzle just seeing there. And there's also the area control element that's present in Terra Mystica as well, without the overhead of having to terraform things. And so you just pay gold plus whatever cost is associated with the component that you're putting out, be it cheese, a cheesery, or a cow or a sheep or whatnot. And so I like that game a lot for that reason, that it kind of refines and minimizes some of the aspects of Terra Mystica, which I really love. It makes it into a more digestible package, I would say. That's a little more approachable.
You and Angela both got the new expansion for this game, and we went back to the original so that I could learn how to play it. And I think we're ready to play the expansion, and I think it adds trains, which Becky's hesitant about.
I feel like we need to play the base game again because it's been a while since we played the base game. So I think we need to do like a double header of like the base game and then add in Industria.
Well, Gillian, I'm curious. Are you excited about the trains? Are you nervous because this game is already so great?
I think I'm excited for some aspects of it because it's a modular expansion. The biggest component is the train board, which you can do instead of, I don't remember exactly what now, but instead of something else, you can interact with the train board to get some resources. But there are other module components that I think like will boost up the game for me a little bit, maybe. I'm not sure how I'll feel about the train aspect of it, but we'll see.
I don't know that I need an expansion. And I am trepidatious of expansions like Matcha with the White Castle, right? But I do like different clans to pick from. I think that's going to be fun and exciting. I've played most of the clans at this point, and same thing. I have some of the favorites that I like playing. But trains, maybe. But also maybe not. Like, I'm just really excited when they did the Kickstarter for the thing that they got to reprint the game.
Yeah.
Because when I played it with you guys, I really loved it. I would have bought it. It was out of print. And so getting to buy it as the all-in-one for me was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have the upgraded. Well, maybe I do, actually.
Did you get the metal coins?
I don't know if I got the metal coins.
You haven't even opened it, have you?
I don't open my games until I'm ready to play them.
Oh.
You can use dragon coins.
No, Reed.
Iron clays would be fine.
No. Well, no, okay. Those would be fine. I'm still mad about the dragon coins.
Just got a lot of rage.
I'm surprised that the White Castle wasn't on your list, Gillian.
Are we going to the hot takes or the evaluation now?
Yeah, she wants
Okay.
to hot take you
I
so
do.
hard. She's like, tell
I-
me why this game wasn't here, you jerk face.
But then again, there are a lot of games that I know that you love that weren't on that list.
Yeah, like notably, I think my biggest misses were viticulture really it dropped off my top 10, which
I'm
it's been in my top
sorry.
5 for so long. And I think it's really the negativity surrounding it from Becky that brought it down.
Wow.
I don't mean
was a
that.
very
I don't mean that.
I
diplomatic
know.
way of saying
Yes.
I meant that legitimately because I think like your impression of it that you just don't enjoy playing it makes me less excited about the prospect of playing it. And so that just kind of dropped it down. And admittedly, it's kind of a bare bones worker placement game in a way with, you get cards and stuff as well. But like Dune Imperium is another worker placement game plus stick building, which I really like. So I think that kind of bumped it up. The White Castle in its own, I do love the White Castle. When I ranked all these other games, I felt like I just preferred them over the White Castle. I don't know of any deeper assessment there.
It was hard.
It was hard.
I want to play Viticulture co-op with everyone. We have that version. That's the one I want to play. It's a good game. I just get really intense about thinking I can beat you and then getting crushed every single time.
But isn't that every game?
Yeah, Becky, you
No,
don't-
Oh, I'm just
no,
joking.
no,
I'm
no.
joking.
No,
I'm
No,
sorry.
no, yeah,
we
no.
just
And don't
know
have
it's
any
inevitable.
hope.
No.
So we're
And
basically
then
like,
it's-
can
No.
I get second place?
Okay, but listen, there's always that moment where I'm like, okay, I have this in my hand. I'm about to do this on the board, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to shoot up in points, and Gillian is just going to stay where he's at, apparently. I feel very competitive and like, I'm going to get there. I see the light. And then Gillian's like, 20 points on my last turn.
Becky, just don't have hope. Like,
No,
I
okay,
understand, but just
Let it
like
go.
lower your
Jeez,
expectations.
no.
Like, still aim for that and be pleasantly surprised when he only has 19 endpoints
Okay.
for his last turn.
No.
Good.
I thought you had your phone and you were going to say the win percentage, which I'm
No,
pretty sure
I'm
is
not-
like,
no.
yeah,
No,
it's like 0.
We know.
It's okay.
We know.
I was going to jump in and say I'm surprised Becky didn't get mad at me for something else entirely. Can you guess what it is, Becky?
About your list?
Yeah.
What
5,
would I be mad about?
There's no Isle of Cats.
There's no Spirit Island.
Oh, I'm not surprised about
Yeah, I
that.
don't know that.
That's been in my top 5 for a long time.
I-
Has
too.
it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Spirit Island and Viticulture have always been in my top 10. Like,
Is it because of the recent play?
I think partly, we like I said before, like when you brought it up, we had not played for a very long time. Then we had the 4-player like in-person play, and that was not as enjoyable as I remember it being. There was a little more clunkiness than I remember it being, and I think that might have just been the rust from not playing. And so I definitely feel like that colored it a little bit. But once again, I just looked at all the other games I put above it. And I'm like, I'd prefer to play those. I
Yeah.
like those games a lot. So.
It was hard. And I mean, there were games that I wanted to be in my list or I felt like should be in my top 10, but they just kept ending up below that. So for me, some of my kind of honorable mentions are Weather Machine, not related to the Nobel Peace Prize, which you all brought up before I did. Castles of Burgundy. I do love that game. It's very comfy.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Well, and I think some of it I saw it, and then when I would select it, it was kind of like, but I feel like I have to because everybody loves it so much, and I do love that game. But I think it's just like not quite my top 10. Still one of my top favorite games. Seven Wonders Duel. That game means a lot to me, and I love it. And the same with Akrotiri, another 2-player game. Akrotiri, I really wanted on there. At one point, it was my number 9, and I don't know. That game itches my brain perfectly. I love it. And then Carcassonne as well. I was like, it's just such a classic, cozy game.
Wait, what was your shame game that you didn't want us to know about?
Okay, yeah, I have 2 things to tell you guys.
Oh,
so
no.
remember Midway where I was like, oh my god, I forgot
a game?
Dominion, which Gillian
Yeah,
guessed.
I guessed Dominion.
I love Dominion. We haven't played it for so long, and because of recent things like you were just talking about with Spirit Island, and there's another game or 2 I was talking about, I'm kind of afraid I'm going to play it and be like, do I still love this? But I'm pretty sure I will.
I love
And
it.
I don't know where it would go. I'm not even sure. Maybe it's number 10, but then I have to get rid of one. But I'm sad I had it at one point on one of my lists, and then I forgot about it again. Okay, and the one that I'm like, I think this could be top 10, but I don't want to be that person that people judge because it's one of your favorite games, is actually Root.
Oh.
I really like that game, but when someone's like, Root is my favorite game, I'm kind of like, Okay, interesting.
Wow, because it's a
I'm real
lifestyle game.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly,
like, yeah.
exactly. I'm very judgy.
Where if it's somebody's favorite game, it is their favorite game. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
That's all they play.
Wow. Yeah, I agree that there's a stigma there, and I think Cole Worley's games do kind of tend to be. I feel like he makes them to be repeated with the same group of friends over every Sunday. You're playing Root or Arcs or whatever the game is, but I'm surprised that Root would have cracked in your top 13, top 15 at least.
Yeah, and I think Root was another one where why I was thinking it was kind of higher up is we just have such a fun time playing it, even though you're always the cats. But I don't know, we have good banter and it's enjoyable playing it together.
Also, area control game at times.
I know, but it's like a nicer
Like-
area
like
control.
Reed says it's like a
whimsical.
It's like a whimsical area
Everything is
control,
so
cutthroat,
cute.
but
And I love being the raccoon.
I think
The
maybe you
vagabond?
being
The
the vagabond is a thing
It's
you
my
can't be
favorite.
all the time, though.
I know, but it's my favorite because I'm just doing my own thing and I'm trying to get teapots.
Which is also
different.
Reed,
I was like, that's not rude.
Reed's tried different things, like the
It
cult.
is.
You're the river folk at one point.
I love how it is a game where you don't get too attached to things because you know that it's going to be destroyed or taken over, and so I don't have as much like, you know.
And there are also alternate routes to victory by crafting or something along the lines. You don't need to control spaces. Well, that's the easiest way to win, but yeah, you don't necessarily need to do that to get victory.
Yeah, I don't want to play like an area control character per se. Like I like the other ones that do weird things. And same with the Hoy. Not that is not in my top 10.
Obviously,
It's fine.
we talked about your top 10.
Obviously. But like we're playing on BGA just to see if we got all the rules right. And I'm playing the faction Gillian was, and they're really aggressive. And I'm like, I don't like this.
I liked it. I liked it.
It's very Gillian, but yeah.
What are your
Interesting
comments,
that
Reed?
Becky, you had a game that you didn't want to be like that personality in your top 10, and I have a game that I'm sad that is not my personality because it didn't make it in. And my number 12 game was Thunder Road Vendetta.
That was in my like top 15.
I know.
Surprisingly.
I really struggled with it. And then, as everyone knows, I've done a huge turnaround and Sea Salt and Paper just missed the cutoff. I do have Railroad Inc. within my top 15, 16.
I love it.
You'd be proud, Becky. Yeah.
And then a game that it's hard to have these games that are much lighter and you think about, is this one of my favorite games? But Azul was definitely within the top realm for me. And then I had some of the same games that you all had, just ranked a little bit lower with like The King is Dead, Shackleton Base, and Dune did make my bigger list that I had to hone in on.
Games that didn't quite make my list, there are two that I think people of this freaking table have said it can feel very samey. There was a lot of energy in the beginning around it, and now it's kind of gone the way of the dodo out of some people's collections. Not just Ark Nova, but also Feast for Odin.
Oh.
Two games which I do, like if you're on play 12, 13, 14, yeah, I certainly see where it can be samey, but I enjoy the sameness. And so I'm usually never not in a game of Ark Nova or Feast for Odin.
We did a little practice on how this would go, and I mockingly said that Ark Nova was my number 11 game, and you were so shocked and seemingly offended that it was not within my top 10.
Well, I think I was just joshing you and giving you a hard time, but it really was at a point my number 11 game. Because
I thought it was like your number 1 game.
No, I like the tags. Same thing. Like I like the tags and the race for the different objectives. I get where it feels samey. I think Marine Worlds really opens it up a bunch more. Marine Worlds is a really, really great expansion for it, but it just didn't crack that level of comfort that something like Castles of Burgundy hits for me. And also, I could see it moving down even further the more we go. So, yeah, they just sat on the outside.
I was surprised Molly House didn't make it on your list.
I don't think I put any games on there purely for thematic reasons. And Molly House is 100% theme for me. Like, the gameplay is good. but it's not over the top great for me.
Molly
So-
House almost made my list
Oh.
because I really do like the gameplay and I like the theme with you all sitting around the table. But I do really like it. I think it's beautiful, and I had a hard time where I was like, oh, is this the one that I should sub in for number 7? It didn't make it, but
Because theme is so important to you, it's interesting to hear you describe it that way.
Yeah, that game will probably never leave my collection. I don't know who I would play it with most of the time.
Us.
Yeah, we would be the ones that play it. I think it's a really, really important subject matter for sure. Queer folks getting murdered and having to hide. And I love what it makes you feel in the game. Like most of the games that we've talked about where I'm like, oh, it really does tell a story. Like the fact that a board game can tell a story is amazing. And so that's why that will never leave. But it didn't hit in the, I just want to bring it to the table and play it kind of way.
What game are we going to play next? I'm so excited talking about our favorite games and learning that we haven't all played them all together.
I mean, I want to play my number 11 game, which is Blood Rage.
Ah.
That was the
Yeah,
one
it
that,
was-
that
yeah.
oscillated
Yeah.
with Cosmic Encounter. 'Cause I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm surprised that wasn't there for you.
yeah.
What do you think? So I would love to do this again, maybe in another year, year and a half, even if we do it every other year. What trends or what games are like creeping up that you definitely didn't get enough plays? Like Shackleton Base for me, I really liked, but I would love way more plays. But I could see Shackleton Base breaking into my top 10. Like what game that you haven't gotten a lot of plays of that wasn't sitting maybe even 11 to 15 that's gonna, you're like, wow, this game is really good. I need more plays.
I think for me, Eternal Decks.
Wow.
I really want to play Eternal Decks soon.
Me
I've
too.
been thinking about it every time I see it. For me, Shackleton Base for sure is like, oh, I'd love to have that in my top list. And then I really love 10B. I was like, oh, I want to play it more, but I feel like that's going to be a game that I absolutely adore.
And I would say the second one for me, I didn't mention, is SETI. Like, because we only played it 3 times, and then we haven't revisited. And the expansion came out, and we haven't played that, obviously. So I think that game could encroach on my top 10.
That was one of my guesses for your number 1, except I was just like, we haven't played it enough. I don't think it's there yet.
It ended up in my top 20, but yeah, we just have not played it enough.
I'm interested where Brass Pittsburgh will lay. Like as we play it, I've mentioned it quite a few times. Is it going to be the Brass killer? Is it going to play alongside? We've seen what happened with Dune and Dune Uprising. Will Pittsburgh's play be like, man, we could just keep one?
What about Civolution, you guys?
That did make a lot of people's lists when it first came out. So that is on my to play list, obviously.
I have no idea how to answer that for me. I'm super excited about like learning Joyride, Evacuation, Campfire Council. They're all games that like I'm intrigued by. And Federation, I think.
Federation is
yeah.
one, like, in terms of games we haven't played that I imagine I'll really like. I think Federation is among the most, along with Phoenix New Horizon.
And I do think, again, it was really hard for me to not include some of the smaller box games. Like Nana, that is a top 10 game, 100%, but I don't know how to fit it into the games that I did pick. Also, like Haggis, that one was one I saw on my list a lot, and I was like, oh, I love this game so much. But do I love it more than any of these others? I don't know.
I would be sad about some of the games leaving my list. And so, I don't know. There is, as I mentioned earlier, like identity related to those. But I like Moon Colony Bloodbath. And I think that could be one that sticks around, whether it's top 10 or not. I feel like that's going to be kind of a classic game that I enjoy.
Yeah, I like Moon Colony. I wonder if we were to do this again, a top 20 would be interesting because I think we would get a lot more of the games we just like playing that don't have this kind of weight to it. Like I really like Rebel Princess and Zombie Princess. As I think more small box games would end up breaking in. Endeavor Deep Sea for me, certainly. There's just some where I was like, these games are really, really great. They're probably sitting at the 15 to 20. And could they move up? And what are the games that are going to break and smash through the door that I want to play next?
Also, Hanami, which we played for the first and second time, is like a contender for being such a delightful game that stays on somebody's.
Yeah, area
Shelves.
control. And you
Oh,
mentioned
no.
that
It's
Area-
whimsical, though.
as long as she keeps her own island to herself,
I know.
it's
It
fine.
really bothered me
It's
that
funny,
Angela encroached upon it.
If Scythe, what? You weren't even there. You were on the main island.
It was next to me, though.
Okay.
I was looking at
It
it.
was
Wow,
totally
Angela.
empty next to her. If Scythe had the little cats from Root, she would like it.
You know what? You need My Little Scythe. That's what you need.
Yes. They make like pies and things.
And apples.
And do
It's-
people steal them from you?
I don't remember, but it's very cute.
Probably.
It's so cute. I'm excited now. I think you need my little scythe.
You need to play that so that you can, step it up and play
Like,
the real
no.
game.
graduate into.
Yeah.
No.
Scythe.
It could be your new personality.
I think it would certainly be a personality if I were like, my favorite board game is My Little Scythe.
No, I was thinking when you graduated up to scythe,
Oh,
that would also
okay.
be a personality.
I don't know if
but-
there's a need to graduate. I'll just stay there.
Thanks for hanging out with us and counting down our top 10 all-time favorite board games we've ever had. There were definitely some misses, some hits, some home runs, and I don't know, whatever other baseball analogy is still in there. Did I mention Baseball 2045 still didn't make my list? Well, if you want to see us more, follow us on Instagram or Board Game Geek at Board Game Homies. Bye-bye.
Top right
I
there.
really can't believe that these are the games that I win the most.
Oh, man.
Not anymore. I don't win all the. Gillian started winning bottle. You started winning bottle amp.
Sometimes. Yeah, I wanted to complain about my aunt who kept giving me the one even though I was losing.
I love her.
I was like, be rude to Reed.
She would never.
Okay, ready for the end?
Take us home, Angela.